Hi, it's Mark from Top Local. We're here with Alex Wardle, Tom's Custom Auto Body in Port Coquitlam. How are you doing this morning, Alex?
I'm doing great on this snowy Wednesday.
I'm sure you're just happily loving this weather, as we all, the rest of us, complain about it. So we're going to talk about a BMW X5. What was going on with this vehicle?
Well, this is a 2016 BMW X5 35D. So it's one of the last. This is the last generation of the diesel that BMW is going to make. And so what we got here, I'm just going to bring up some photographs of it. So what we've got here is a customer of ours that in December had been sideswiped by someone, and so this is a very busy individual. We actually have a valet estimating team that went out to his office, took a look at it, and our initial shots showed here that we've got a damaged door, and there was a little bit of damage on the rocker panel. So we went back to the shop, did up the estimate, and found out that the rocker panel was back ordered. So we ordered that in from Germany, and we scheduled an appointment for him for 3 weeks later. And we discussed that it's probably better for him to drive his nice X5 instead of one of our courtesy cars. Not that our courtesy cars are bad, but not much beats his X5. And so he stayed in his car for 3 weeks while the part came from Germany. And so this is a photograph of the truck here in one of our stalls in the store. And as you can see here, the driver's side door shell is crunched. And the body lines by the arrow there don't match up. And so our assessment on the road was right. We had a new door shell. And so with BMWs, you actually don't replace the outer skin. You got to replace the door shell. And this door shell was the point where I really didn't want to give the customer the car back with the door repaired and filled with Bondo, and just wasn't going to make for a nice repair. So we ordered a new shell from BMW. We also took a look at this rocker damage, and you can see here that the lower portion of the door where the black arrows was damaged, and that was the piece that we had back ordered. So when we started repair, a couple things to note: that when we start repair on something like this, we use a large welding blanket there just to protect the interior of the car from any sparks or any Bondo or anything getting in the car. We also noticed that when we pulled off the rocker, you can see down here there's some bare metal scraped in here on the very bottom of the rocker panel, and that shows that there is actually hidden damage in behind. And so we actually ran into a couple of parts that we didn't foresee that also had to come from Germany. So those came in. There's only so much X-ray estimating you can do when the car is in until you get it torn down, and so those came in. And you can see here that we actually had to pull the rocker back out, and then we then repaired it and then refinished it. And one of the big things with this car is that with this white is that not only are we painting the door, but we're also then refinishing the fender and the rear door just to ensure that the color match is perfect when it goes back to our customer. And so after a week of waiting in the store while we had the parts come in, we have a finished product here, this BMW X5, and you can see here the body lines on the door are all lined up, and we've painted the rear door, front door, and the fender, and got this car looking back to brand new. This X5 only had 3,000 kilometers on it, and so we got it back to our customer looking great, and he's happy. And that was it. So this is a picture of our new store in Port Coquitlam. I thought I would include this today, and that just shows you this is where this vehicle went. We specialize in high-end vehicles at this store, which would be Lexus, BMW, and Mercedes. And so that was kind of the story of that vehicle.
Awesome, Alex. So if you're looking for high-end repairs on your best vehicles, or just good repairs on your solid everyday beater that you need to keep running, these are the guys to call. Tom's Custom Auto Body in Coquitlam. You can reach them at 604-931-3441, or check out their website, tomscustomautobody.com. Thanks, Alex.
Thanks very much.